Hi, good morning. I'm back. I had a little technical difficulties. Oh my God, if you've ever done like Facebook Lives and bringing people on and all this, you'll see it's not the easiest thing sometimes. Because it like changes. I swear the interface changes every day. But anyway, hi. We have the 3 secrets to feminine seduction. Oh, hey, what a way to start your Monday. And my friend and amazing coach, Eva Clay, will be joining us in just a minute and to so that I'm going to bring her on so that she can share with you all of her juicy knowledge because she is the expert in all things of how to build great relationships with men. Because if you, I mean, obviously this is one for ladies. Sorry guys, this isn't a Facebook Live for you. Unless you want men to adore you and chase you too, because Eva is the queen of really understanding how to. Oh, there she's on. Okay, great. I'm gonna bring Eva on right now, and then I'm gonna tell you all about how fabulous she is. All right. This is Eva Clay, the most amazing sex coach, licensed therapist. She works with all kinds of men. She works with couples. She works with women, everything. We're bringing her on. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There's that gorgeous Eva. So I was just telling them how amazing you are. So Eva is the queen of all things relationships. So what this today, this Facebook Live is mostly for women because really it's about how to really have great relationships with men in your life and how to have men adore you and cherish you because as a woman I feel like those are the words that everyone uses. Like, I want to be adored and cherished. Some women say different things, but I hear those all the time. And from all the work that I've done in relationships through the years, it's desiring to be adored and cherished. So whether you're watching live or on the replay, again, this is mostly for ladies. Guys, we'll do some more for you this week. Don't you worry. But
It's good for you to tune in though too. Guys, you might want to hear this.
you might want to hear, guys,
You
what
might want to
women.
you might want your woman to watch this.
That's true, right, guys? You might want to listen in to see what the, things are about what women like, and you might want your woman to watch this because then she knows how to have a better relationship with you, which would be amazing, right? So, Eva is, as I said, a licensed therapist, and she works with all kinds of men, women, couples, all over the world. She does in person and virtual, and she's a sex coach. She's basically created a system called Sex Magic. So she really helps couples and individuals really understand how to get into your own sexuality and your sensuality to have a great, fulfilling experience, juicy experience for you. Hi, Carla. Oh my God, Carla, you're going to love this. This is such a great
Hi, Carla.
masterclass. Hi. So again, whether you're live or on replay, you can ask any questions because we're going to have a little Q&A at the end for Eva. So Eva's expertise, I've taken Eva's classes. I've learned so much about my own experience with men and my own experience with my own sensuality and sexuality from her, and it's rocked my world. So that's why I wanted to share it with you today because she's the master at all this and she has so much to share. So we're going to dive into the 3 secrets of feminine seduction. Oh my gosh, how exciting is this on a Monday morning? So I'm just going to turn it over to you, and I'm first going to ask you, it's such an interesting term, feminine seduction, because it can have like a connotation of like manipulation or like we're trying to do something to men. So how do you explain feminine seduction?
Yeah, thank you, Ariane. I want to make a really clear distinction. Thanks for asking that question right off the bat, because you're right. Sometimes seduction has a bad rap, and people assume that it's like, I actually looked it up in the dictionary, and how Webster's defines it as like seducing someone into something evil, or something that is not good for them, or good for the world. And I really have a different definition of seduction. We could use the term invocation instead of seduction. We could use the term attract as synonymous to seduction. So how I use it really is in the highest order, is in the highest good, meaning that you can seduce not only a partner or a man, but you can also seduce good things into your life by using your powers of feminine receptivity and your Shakti, your radiance. So let's put seduction in the proper frame. It's also wonderful to use when you're dating, and it's wonderful to use when you're in a long-term relationship or a marriage. And I don't want to leave these ladies out because it's so important to continually seduce and flirt with your partner to keep that spark alive.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that you said it's like an invitation or an invocation, that it's not just about the person. It's also about life. It's like, how do we seduce life into this great experience, whether it's finances or relationships or health and fitness, whatever it is. It's like, ooh, having this juicy relationship with life, which is, it's
Yeah.
awesome. I love that.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
and it is, I hear you for partners, when, because there's so many people that are in long-term relationships and marriages, and I always hear this, that like, we don't have a spark anymore, and we don't do anything, and it's just boring, and we just go through the motions. So I hear that from people who are partnered a lot. And of course, being single, I'm single, and have so many single friends, that the dating experience can be really challenging because the women don't feel very empowered. It's like, it feels like the men have all the power to like choose us and ask us out or whatever. So I think this is so beneficial to absolutely both sides of the coin. And if you're watching live or on replay, remember, you can always pop in any comments as we go through. So if you'd be willing, it would be awesome to hear, like, what's your question? What's your challenge? What's your biggest challenge in either relationships or dating? And so we can cover it too.
Yes.
Okay. Rosa says, hey, Ariane, this is a fantastic topic. Love it. Glad you're here, Rosa. Thank you. You're going to get so much out of this. So why don't
Yeah.
we dive in? First of all, let me hear from you, since you've coached so many women and men for so many years. What do you hear are the biggest challenges?
Yeah, thank you. I've been doing this for 23 years. As you mentioned, I'm a licensed psychotherapist and sexologist and a sex witch. I like to make trouble. Conscious sexuality is my jam. That's my passion. That's my dharma. It's what I'm here to do. And I really began to study this idea of seduction, and especially coming from the sacred feminine, about 10 years ago when I went through a divorce. And I was just turning 40. I was just about 40. And suddenly, whoops, woo, hey, suddenly thrust into the dating world again. And I had no clue what I was doing. And it just was one heartbreak after the other. And I couldn't understand why men were not into me. I was like, I'm at least decently good looking. I have a great job. I have a great career. I have all these accomplishments. And I was showing them like basically my resume on our dates. And I could not understand why they went running. It was like I could not keep a guy around. And I knew how to impress men, but I didn't know how to invoke their devotion. And so I began to study sexual tantra and the sacred feminine. So this is what I offer you now, is this approach that has been very successful for me and all the women that I coach. So it's very important when you're relating with the masculine to be embodied in your feminine power. So what does that mean? I'm going to walk you through step by step what that looks like, how to define that, and what are the practices that really invigorate your Shakti, your feminine power.
Awesome. Ooh, this is
Yeah.
exciting. Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the first secret to feminine seduction?
The first secret to feminine seduction, this is the core, the foundation. And I want to say that as we go into this, the act of seduction is like a bonus. It's a byproduct of the real benefits you get from the practices. And you'll get many benefits from these practices. The number one foundational context that this needs to happen in is your worthiness.
Mm.
You must believe at the core of your being that you are worthy and deserving of good things. And in this case, that you are worthy and deserving of love and adoration. Because we know as conscious people, right, that you can't attract something if it's not on frequency, if you're not on the frequency of it. This is just basic law of attraction, manifestation skills. So if in your subconscious, on any level of your being, you feel afraid, you feel defective, you feel unlovable, broken, unworthy, etc., most of us have some deep-seated core wounding, even a little bit around this. And it's in the ethers, it's in the air. So even the most confident women that I work with, I consider myself a confident woman. You're a confident woman. We're powerful. We're doing things in the world. And yet in our culture, our media, everything in the air around us is a constant oppression of our power. And I don't mean just political power. I mean of our power as women. And just as you said, like dating can be so disempowering because it's like, we're just sitting back and getting fucking ghosted all the time. And I say, no more. I'm here to like end that story.
Hallelujah.
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 Give us some hearts or some likes if you
Some
agree.
hearts.
Like, no more of that shit.
No more ghosting. No more of that
No
shit.
more. No, the women that I work with, like, it's amazing. It's just like they do not get ghosted. It's because
Wow.
we position you in the place of power, not over the man, because dating is not a power dynamic. Let's take the power dynamics out
Mm,
of this conversation and make it an authentic meeting of your hearts. That's what
mm,
I want for you. So,
mm.
number one, you must believe that you are worthy and deserving. So, any and all things that raise that sense of your ability to receive.
I love that because worthiness that covers all areas of life, and I'm sure we can talk about this. I mean, that's a whole Facebook Live in itself. Like it's 10 Facebook Lives because worthiness is such a big thing, and so it's easy to say, we have to feel worthy for it. So can I ask you, what's one or two tools that you give to actually experience that worthiness?
Yes, expand the container.
Oh.
So this is. Let me explain what that means. So much of my work is based on somatic science because I'm a somatic psychotherapist. So I really marry the esoteric with the scientific. And I think it's just so impactful to do it that way, so effective. So right now, as you're watching this, I want you to experiment with this practice. And it just means to actually imagine, to visualize, and to feel your subtle energy body, your energetic container that wraps around your physical body expanding, and feel it getting larger and larger, almost like it's opening, like you're cracking open your body to the world. And you're expanding to receive the things you want. Now, we don't want to cast a net out into the world and draw in absolutely everything we catch, right? That's when we start getting dick pics and the things that we don't want. We get
Yeah.
attention in ways that we don't want, and it's scary, and it reinforces that we're not safe. But get clear on what you want to bring in, and open yourself to receive that. And one practice I love to teach is actually using the hands, opening the hands, and just imagining all good things that you want: money, love, success, peace and harmony, happiness. Let it all just begin to flow into the palms of your hands, and use your breath to down-regulate the nervous system and open. So if
Hmm.
you just try this right now, deep, deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and with every inhale, feel the container expanding. Breathe yourself open.
No, I love that. It's so
Does it feel
calming.
good?
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
great. And you
Yes.
can create that energy in your hands. I love this. This is awesome. First
Yeah.
of all, I want to say
Yeah.
hello if you just popped on, if you're just joining. Shannon, Mickey, I can't see who else is here, but thank you so much for being here. Oh, here we've got some other people. Rosa, hi, Aza. Aza's my super fan from New York City. He says, hi, Eva.
Hi. Hi.
um,
Hello.
so I love this. So if you're just joining in, we're doing the 3 secrets of feminine seduction with the most amazing, generous, smartest person I've ever met, Eva Clay. And the first secret that she said was to experience yourself as worthy, that you're worthy to have this relationship you desire. You're worthy to have men adore you and cherish you. You're worthy to have the financial experience you want, the health and fitness you want, the life you want. It's that worthiness that where we start. So I love this. Hi,
Yeah.
William from Costa Rica. Yeah, and if you have a lot of you men are on here, and I love this. So it's good for you to hear this because this is, you're learning secrets of women. Hi, P.S. So you can help your woman. And if you have women in your life, you can invite them to watch the replay because my page is open, so anyone can pop on this page and watch this at any time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
awesome. What's the second secret to feminine seduction?
Yeah. And I want to say on that note, I coach men as well. So many men
Yes.
want to be seduced. Men, if you're watching, raise your hand, give us a comment. How fun is it to be seduced? We all want to be seduced. We all want to be enticed. We want that juice, that sexual energy, that mojo, that tease and anticipation. So this is a win-win all the way around.
Oh, I love that. I
Okay.
love that.
So the other thing, okay, key number 2, there's so many keys, but we're kind of like just distilling it down. There's so many keys. It's like, be clear on what you're invoking, on what you're inviting, and be clear on what you're offering. And right, just like I said, we don't want to cast a wide net out and just draw everything in. We only want to draw in the thing we really want the most, and the thing we are worthy and deserving of, which is the best. So um, be clear on what you want and on what you're offering. So if you're dating, what are you offering in a particular exchange? Let's say it's a text. Let's say it's an online conversation that you're having with somebody. Are you offering your body? Are you offering your time? Are you offering the magnificent succulence of your feminine heart? Are you offering growth and enlightenment? Are you offering a challenge? Get clear. This is like marketing, right? Get clear on what you offer and what you invite in. Now, if an energy comes towards you that you don't want, you don't let it in. That's your boundary. But seduction is not just like this like random scattershot kind of thing. It's a precision. It's very clear. It's precise. It's concise, because that's how you get what you want.
I love that. And that's so so interesting because of course I work with business people all over the world as a business and life coach. And so it's the exact same thing that I'm always talking to them about is first we have to get so clear in what we desire to create. And I think that's so important. And it's not so many dating coaches are like, make the list of what you want. And I'm like, oh my God, enough with the list. Like it's just a list is just words on a piece of paper. What you're saying is to really invite in this true desire of what you want to create with this person. And this is where you could do in your partnered and married too. Even if you're in a marriage that you're like, it's boring, we're disconnected, you get to recreate this. I mean, you can
Yes.
recreate this in a minute by doing what
Yes.
you're saying, like getting
Every
so
day.
clear every day, right?
Do it every day. I always say
Oh.
flirt and seduce every day with your partner. That's how you keep it alive and you keep the love growing.
I love that.
I'm going to give you a quick example about this to really bring it home. This is the mistake a lot of women make, and I don't want you to do this. Anyone who's watching, be really clear about it. Yeah, I just got a call. Okay. Be really clear about this. A lot of times what women really want is love or attention or adoration. But what they mistakenly offer is sex. And seduction has this assumption about it that it's a sexual seduction, that you're inviting a man into your body or into your home, your bed, and actually that's not what you want, right? If you're a woman and you can relate with this, let us know. Leave a little comment or a heart, even if you've ever done this. I know I certainly have. It's like we think that in order to get a man or to get his attention, that we have to offer ourselves sexually or sexual energy. We have to show our body, even if, let's say, you're flirting or texting or whatever. You just send him a sexy pic. And I'm telling you, you don't need to do this. Get clear on what you offer. It's amazing how often the masculine, what they really want is to become a better man. And so when that's what you're offering and you're clear on that offer, and what you present to him is an invitation to step into his highest self, that is more erotic to most masculine than sex. Make sense?
Yeah, it's such a different way of experiencing relationship, is because it's really easy to lead with sexuality, of course, because that's the first line is like men are attracted visually. So that's the first line is like they have 8,000 pounds of testosterone running through them at all times. So of course they're visual, they're attracted sexually, and that's great. But it's the woman's the woman should have. Hi, Chris Top. Chris, this is awesome for you. She's my friend. She's married. She's very happily married. She's a newlywed, basically. But
great time to learn this.
Right, exactly. It's always to keep that seduction always going in relationship.
Plug it in now, lady. I was married 10 years. I get it. Plug it in now.
I love it. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for popping back on. So I love this because it's understanding that how you invite a man to become his highest version of self, because that's what he really desires. And it's not just the sexuality. It's really that invitation to rise within self. And I think this is where obviously we don't have time to go through everything today because there's so much to learn, but this is what you do more of in your course that's coming up, the Aphrodite Circle, because I'm so intrigued by what you're sharing right now, because I'm like, oh my God, how do I do this? How do I invite a man to become his better self? How do I invoke that? And so that's really what you do in your Aphrodite Circle, right?
Yes. In Aphrodite Circle, I'll just plug it, aphroditecircle.com. Hop on over and check it out. we really get clear on like, what is it that you want? Do you want attention or do you want devotion? Let's hear from the women. Which would you prefer?
Yeah. So, ladies, do you want attention or do you want devotion? I'm pretty sure I know what everyone's gonna say. Devotion for real. Like, I mean, I want my man to be devoted to me for sure. Hi, Catherine. So definitely, I love. But that's such a great question. Do you want attention or devotion? So this
Yeah.
is what you help the women walk through in the Aphrodite circle. Yes.
Yes, and it's exactly what we just spoke into here is like you can get his attention by being strategic and flaunting yourself or impressing him, and he'll look at you. But will he stay with you? A man will stay with a woman who offers him evolution.
Wow.
So get clear that
Tweet that. A man will stay with a woman who offers evolution.
right?
Asa, can you write that down
Yes.
for us? Asa's always taking notes for my Facebook lives.
Great.
He's like my note taker. I
You're
love it.
awesome.
Oh, and Asa said this is good, and I want her to be elevated herself too. I love that because that's that king and queen dynamic of standing together powerfully.
So an elevated woman, what does she look like? What does she feel like? And we'll go into the next key, a woman who is in possession of herself. So a woman who is tapped into her self-fulfilling pleasure. She is self-fulfilling in her pleasure, meaning this is how we seduce. We don't seduce by grasping, grabbing, pursuing, chasing. Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me. That doesn't feel sexy, right? That doesn't feel sexy to anybody. A woman who seduces is like, I am so good with myself and I am so happy in my body. You may worship me. So this is the queen. This is the goddess. This is Aphrodite, who's so enchanted, not narcissistically with herself, but she's so enchanted with her senses, with her way of being in the world, with all of the lusciousness and deliciousness that's available in the world around us at all times, that she starts to emit a frequency of pleasure and joy. And we know that frequency is contagious. It's a state of being that we feel when we're in the presence of someone who's enchanted with life, who's full of pleasure. We want what they have. We flock to them. And so this is a huge key of seduction is, ladies, learn how to fulfill yourself and you will naturally become magnetic to the masculine and actually everyone around you.
Yeah, I love that. I love that for sure because it's that experience of I'm sure we've all met women like this where you just go, wow, she's so in love with herself that it's like I want to be in love with her too because she's so delighted by life. And I think that's the difference too between sexuality and sensuality is sensuality when you don't just have to lead with sexuality because the sensuality is being in love with life, in love with the air and the sunshine and the flowers and the delight that comes with that. And that's so attractive when we as women can fulfill ourselves in that way instead of needing the man to do it for us. Because I hear this all the time of like, he doesn't make me happy or he doesn't do this and he doesn't do that. And it's like, well, how are we as women filling that area within ourselves so that we are radiating that? And then the men are like, oh my God, this is, I want to do more for you. I want to adore you. I want to cherish you.
Naturally, this is a natural like law of physics. Not really a law of physics, but it's a law of relating that will like pop into place. If you're a woman and you are sourcing your joy and your pleasure outside of yourself and looking for it from a man or the masculine, you will be less radiant. You will be less attractive. He might be interested in you to begin with, but we must learn if we're really to rise to power and to do this in an empowered, enjoyable way, we must learn how to source ourselves and to source each other as women, as the feminine. And that's exactly what I go deep into an Aphrodite circle. It's like, even from the deep place of hopelessness or despair or frustration, whatever state you're in your related life, we can dig deeper and uncover where is the well of joy and pleasure inside of your heart. Where is it inside of your body? And bring that forward so that you're sharing it generously with the world. You will be amazed at what begins to come in.
I love that. So how can you, I know this is what you go into Aphrodite circle. Can you give us an example of fulfilling yourself of maybe a client that's gone through Aphrodite circle that has experienced this so we can understand like how this works? Like how do I start to really fill myself up so that I'm radiating that? And maybe an example
Absolutely.
about a client would help.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the third year that I've done Aphrodite Circle, the third round. And it's my favorite program right now. And many of the women who have gone through it have been through a lot when it comes to dating and relating. Some are married, some are single. And what I find is that when we run what we call pleasure practices, meaning every day you're filling your own cup.
Oh, oh, I
So
love this.
every day you're filling
Hmm.
your own cup. So pleasure really defined is a quality of attention. And, I like to break things down very specifically. This is just how my mind works and be very clear about the steps. Pleasure is a quality of attention. So right now, wherever you are watching or listening to this, notice where the pleasure is living inside of you or around you. It might be in the form of your breath. It might be in the form of just running your hand over the surface of your skin. It might be a wonderful memory that you have. But holding your attention there for 20 seconds begins to forge a new neural pathway in the brain so that your brain will
Mm.
then begin to notice pleasure everywhere.
Mm.
So often as women today, successful, busy women, we have started to filter pleasure out of our awareness, out of our attention field, because we're so focused on get it done, get the man, get the dinner ready, get the kids, get the da 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 da. And this practice means to filter pleasure back in. Your
Mm.
brain will automatically begin to focus in on it. And then when we start to notice and feel and sense all of the pleasure around us, we fill our cup and we radiate. It
Mm.
really is as simple as that, but it takes a daily practice.
That's so great. So Chris, my friend Chris said, love that steps on how to fulfill yourself. So there you go. And this is awesome because this is what I love about what you just said is it takes 20 seconds. Like you're not saying, right? Like you're not like, sit down and meditate for 30 minutes twice a day and then you'll be fulfilled. Like you're saying, just start with experiencing the pleasure right now. And I mean, I can feel it because I'm like, okay, I'm on a Facebook Live and I've got like monitors and I got to check things and I'm like focused and busy and I'm like, I'm not even thinking about pleasure, right? I'm just thinking on like making sure like my phone doesn't fall and the connection stays good and I'm
Right,
just focused
right.
on you and getting questions right. There's like 8,000 things. And then I'm like, pleasure, wait, what? But that's what happens with busy, successful women is we're racing around all day from meeting to meeting and all the things to do and like the pleasure's forgotten. But I love what you're saying is you can start with just like touching your arm and feeling the sensation of how delightful that is for 20 seconds. And
For
that
20
starts
seconds.
creating a new pathway of like understanding there's pleasure all around at all times.
All times. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I walk out I live in Santa Monica where it's always beautiful and sunny. And I walk out onto my balcony and I let the sun and the wind kiss my face. And I just
Oh,
breathe that for about 20 or 30 seconds. And so I begin my day with that simple sensual
oh my
pleasure.
God.
And so when we bring this to our work, we bring this to in every domain of our lives. Like, look at me. I'm a super busy, smart, successful professional woman. And yet, like, I never compromise my pleasure. It's my fuel. It's our energy. It's our Shakti. And we begin to funnel that into everything we do. And it raises our power.
Ugh,
It
so
also
good.
raises our sense of worthiness, going back to
Mm.
the beginning.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
Great. So so basically, let me look through the questions and everything first. Okay. Hi,
Yeah.
Lisa.
Bring it.
So John Crespo says, doesn't that work both ways? John, I don't know what you're referring to, but I think everything she's saying works both ways. I mean,
Hmm.
this is like men, you're the same way. It's like, how do you experience more pleasure within yourself? And that's probably not a word that men use, but what's the equivalent to what men use? Fulfillment? I don't know.
Joy,
Joy,
happiness.
happiness, right? So, it's how do you create that within yourself too? And for men too, like how do you clarify what you want to experience with your woman and invite that devotion and invite that elevation? I love that. It's totally good.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Rosa is just sharing a little bit of her experience. Rosa, I hope this has been great for you. It sounds like you are really getting a lot out of it. So I want to just thank you for being here. And if you have a specific question, just pop it in. Okay, so let me think.
I saw a really great question
Oh yeah, great. Tell
about
me.
elevating a woman.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you see that? Can you
yeah,
read it
yeah.
out
From
loud?
John. Yes, yeah.
So he's saying, should, like, you're talking about a woman elevating a man, shouldn't a man elevate a woman too? Absolutely, absolutely, and get clearer on how you're elevating each other and what you offer. So they have slightly different textures, how this works between the masculine and feminine. And um, for the women who are watching, it's important to know, what are you open to? What are you available to? And let your masculine know. If you're dating men, probably most of the women watching here, we're a little heteronormative in this conversation. But what are you open to being elevated to? You know, it's really about like, you can only invoke what a partner is open to. You know, if you cross that threshold, then you're just trying to change somebody, you know, and you're trying to turn them into something that they're not. But the way that seduction works, it's a little different for men and women. Women, I want you to imagine yourself as the goddess on the mountaintop, self-fulfilled, self-pleasured, radiant, and worthy. And we ask our men to ascend the mountain and join us. Men, this can work for you as well. It just has slightly a different kind of magnetic field. Women will be more attracted to the fact that you climbed the mountain. Men will be attracted to the fact that you're standing there and you're not coming down to get them. Women, this is very important. Do not descend the mountain to haul your man up it. This is the difference. Okay,
Wow.
this is the difference between a control and manipulation strategy and seduction. The seductress stands at the top of the mountain and she says, if you want me, you must rise.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Thanks for that clarification. So hopefully that helped you, John, as well. Okay, good. So if you have any other questions, whether you're watching on the replay, totally just pop them in because we can always come back and look at them later. And but I want to hear more because I'm so intrigued. And just as a little side note, I'm in Eva's Aphrodite circle because I believe in the power of what she does so much. And I've had my own, I mean, you know, I'm in my 40s and I have been single a long time. And I've had my own challenges in dating and relationships. And Eva's helped me so much through the years. I can't even like tell you how much she's helped me change my life. So I'm in her Aphrodite circle this time around. And I'm so excited because I'm always about having better relationships with men and I want to invite my man to rise, and I want to continue to draw in quality men, not just as you know, my partners and boyfriends, but just in general in life with all the men that I'm in relationship with my family and my friends and everything. I always want to have that delightful, juicy relationship with men. So tell us a little more about what the Aphrodite circle is. Two things, what the Aphrodite circle is, and then how we can find you and get more resources in this.
Yes, and then I'm going to give you the final key.
Oh,
so I say, yeah.
Okay,
I save the best for last. So
okay,
stick around. This might surprise you what I'm about to say. Okay, but you can find Aphrodite Circle at aphroditecircle.com. Go, everything that you need is there. Check it out. And this is for single and partnered women who want to tap into their feminine power, their feminine seduction, allure, flirtation in the highest, most sacred way, and shift your dating, love, and sexual life. So come and get juicy with us. Check it out. For your viewers, I am happy to extend a special discount. So,
awesome.
we're starting this week, so there's no time to spare in getting into this program. We literally have 2 spots left. I know it sounds salesy, but that's the truth.
Okay.
So I would hurry up and grab those, and you get a nice discount because you're a friend of Arriane's. We'll put this in the comments, but if you got $100 off the program.
Oh my God, awesome.
Okay, so we'll put the discount codes in the comments, so just look at the comments for that. And then I want to get to the last key, and it might be a surprise.
Okay.
So key number 3, mystery.
Oh yes, mystery.
Mystery. I'm always talking to Arriane about this one, and like I keep reminding
so
her.
Bad at this.
Yeah, she's so bad at mystery because you're so like, okay, so if you're watching, let's like map this a little bit right now. If you're watching, that means that you're a friend of Arriane's and you're a fan of hers. Look at this beautiful woman. Arriane, you are so beautiful and so radiant. Arriane like gets an A+ in radiance. She just has joy oozing out of every pore. And where I'm always reminding her to tap into is how important mystery is to the masculine. And that means to lean back and let him discover you. So the mistake a lot of women make early on, and definitely women who are in long-term relationships, do this as well, is that they offer everything right up front. Like, oh my God, aren't I great? Aren't I amazing? And this is what I did for a long time, and it always backfired. I did not get the devotion that I wanted or deserved. It's because I think I'm great. Like I do. And don't you see me? And here's my resume and my accomplishments and my everything I'm capable of doing. And we're not letting them discover us. So one of my favorite teachers, Jack Moran, wrote a book called The Erotic Mind. And we've actually mapped like what creates romantic chemistry and what creates tension in a relationship that makes it dynamic and interesting and intriguing. And the main ingredient of that is not knowing each other. Right? It's not knowing each other. So we need distance. We need the dance. We need anticipation. We need tension. So this is how, in Aphrodite Circle, I teach you how to flirt. And it's not manipulative in that you're like withholding something, but you're giving him only what he needs to know for now. See, even the way I changed my energy around that is like, leave him breadcrumbs. I call it drop your hanky. You know, in this old-fashioned way, like give him a delicious trail in which to discover you and to unwind you.
Wow. I love this. So, P.S. That's why I'm taking Aphrodite Circle, because I'm terrible at the mystery. My God, help me. So, talk to me in 8 weeks, and I'll share more about how to be how to do the mystery. But this is why I'm in it. Hi, Eve. It's so good to see you here, and Gina. So this is awesome, and I'm so excited. So go to AphroditeCircle.com. I'm in her program. She's giving you an amazing discount, $100 off for the program. She's got 2 spots left. So if you're watching, go grab it, and we'll put the discount codes in the comments, because it'll just, I know it's so juicy. She's so fun to work with. It'll literally change your life. Promise. I know everything she does. I've known her for years. It'll change your life. Okay, good. And then any other resources, how we can find you? Where should we relate to you?
You can relate to me at evaclay.com. Drop me a line. You can also find me on Facebook and pop over to my profile and drop me a note. Let's keep talking about this. My passion is love, and I want you getting the love and deep devotion that you so deserve.
I love that. Yeah, you are passionate about love. And if you have any questions that you were like scared to ask in public, that's totally fine. You can we probably message me if you're not friends with Eva, because Facebook's weird, you might not see them, but and I can connect you with Eva. I can help connect you, and then you can talk to her directly. But this is great. I've learned so much today. I'm so excited for everything you're sharing. You're such a genius at this, and I'm just grateful for your time, and I can't wait to be in the Aphrodite Circle, and I can't wait for 2 of you. This is why we did this morning, because Aphrodite Circle starts on Wednesday, so like I want 2 of my peeps to get in here, so come do it with me, and we'll have so much fun. It's all virtual, so we're on Zooms, and it's great, and we'll have a ton of fun. But you're the best, Eva. You're such a genius, and I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you. I love you, Arriane.
Yay! All right.
Yay.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.